In Okinawa, a kind of musical theater born 3 centuries ago continues to move audiences today. Kumi Odori. Based on Okinawan traditional dance and music, it was influenced by theater styles such as No and Kyogen. Stylized beauty expressed in subdued motions.
動きが少ないので誰でもできそうなんですけど、それを突き詰めていくとやはり深い。
Songs are imbued with the characters' surging emotions and feelings.
昔の沖縄の風といいますか、そういったものを感じさせることができる芸能だと思っていますので。
Kumi Odori, where dialogue, movements, and music become one, it carries Okinawa's ancient courtly culture into the present day. Here's a look at its depiction of beauty and restraint, and how emotions are expressed in its songs. Surrounded by the ocean in southwest Japan, Okinawa is blessed with lush nature. Once called the Ryukyu Kingdom, for 450 years the archipelago flourished through trade with China and Southeast Asia. Kumi Odori was created to entertain envoys from China in the 18th century. Musical plays presented by royal court official Tamagusugu Chokun in 1719 mark the beginning of Kumi Odori. Chokun created 5 plays that are still beloved by many to this day. Two brothers avenge their father. A tale featuring a celestial maiden. A spectacular fire-breathing serpent. A play with a humorous dialogue. And a performance inspired by No, Kumi Odori spans a broad range of genres. Kumi Odori is characterized by the dialogue and subtle performances of actors called tachikata, and the intense emotions of the characters are expressed through song. The music is performed by an ensemble called jiute. Playing instruments like the sanshin, koto, and flute, they enliven the performance with ryukyu melodies. Kumi Odori was the flower of court culture. Even after the fall of Ryukyu, the people of Okinawa preserved its traditions. It has gained international recognition, including a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage designation in 2010. Today, the National Theatre Okinawa serves as the base of Kumi Odori. Here, many young performers are keeping the tradition alive. Sanabe Yoshikazu is committed to passing Kumi Odori's heritage on to future generations through his efforts to train budding performers.
琉球舞踊、そして組踊りの立ち方を務めさせていただいております佐部義和です。
And Kinjo Shinji, a talented up-and-comer who gives performances overseas to present Kumi Odori to the world.
琉球舞踊、組踊りを中心に活動しております金城真嗣と申します。
Sanabe began Ryukyu Buyo at age 6 and Kinjo at age 3. They've been carrying the traditions of dance and Kumi Odori for many years.
やればやるほど楽しいですよ。 いやそれはもう佐鍋さんも同じだと思いますけど。
なんかそんな大それた感じではないんですけど、ただ自分はこれをやっていくんだなというふうに思ってはいました。
The two men will perform a play written by Heshikiya Chobin in the 18th century, Temizu no En. It's a love story, a rather unusual theme for kumiodori. Sanabe will be playing the male protagonist, Yamato. And Kinjo will take on the role of Tamotsi, the female lead. Just like in kabuki, female characters are played by men. How are the songs of kumiodori imbued with the characters' emotions? Let's get a deeper look with the help of the actor's commentary. The story takes place in Shimajiri in southern Okinawa. Yamato, the protagonist, played by Sanabe, appears.
kumiodoriは主人公が登場してくると名乗りと呼ばれる自己紹介をします。今私はどういう身分で、そしてこれからどうするんだというストーリーを自分で説明しますね。島尻のファンジャオホのしのなしわやまとよ。
The lines are delivered in a rhythm and melody unique to Okinawa, adjusting pitch and volume according to the character's gender, status, and age.
kumiodoriの立ち方、演者はですね、抑揚と呼ばれる旋律が決まっているんですね。それで役どころも決まっております。大和はですね、和歌手の役どころですので、和歌手という決まった旋律で自己紹介をしておりますね。
Now entering the scene is Tamatsi, the female lead played by Kinjo. Yamato falls in love at first sight with Tamatsi. He begs her to let him drink water. It was from a legend in which a fair maiden gave a traveler water she'd scooped with her hands, and the two were thus united. She offers Yamato water in a ladle, but he insists she gathers it with her hands. However, Tamatsi finds his request too embarrassing and refuses.
今と社会が違いますので、あの時代、女性が男性に対してひしゃくではなく手水を捧げるということはもう、あなたのものになっても私はいいですよと返事をしているようなものですよね。
Having promised Tamatsi they will meet again, Yamato sets out on a long journey to reunite with her.
道行きの場面では編み笠、そして、手には小さな杖、チーグシを持つことで旅の途中という説明になっています。
In kumiodori, the set and other large props don't change between scenes. The backdrop is called binga tamaku, dyed using a traditional Okinawan technique.
組踊りでは背景幕がですね、海幕だったり山幕だったりという変化はないんですね。紅型幕1枚で舞台の場所が変わる。場所の移動は舞台を一周するだけで変わります。
Along his trek, Yamato suddenly hears a melody played on the koto.
これがタマチが弾いているものというふうにヤマトは気づいて、その音を頼りに行くんですね。でそこを探した時に来たよという合図でヤマトは笛を吹くんですね。とても素敵ですよね。
Yamato arrives at the gate and calls out to his beloved.
闇の世の人にしじまておものお女人地味処理思い語ら
Kumiodori is said to be theater you listen to. The characters' emotions and the atmosphere are expressed through the songs. In the darkness of night, they longingly search for each other. They extend a hand toward one another's shoulder, a gesture that depicts the ultimate joy of being reunited using subdued, subtle movements.
ああ、嬉しい。もう一目会いたかったですっていう感情ですね。普通だったら握手したり、ハグしたり、そんな再会がありますけれども、それを舞踊的に表現しているのがこの場面ではないでしょうか。
The vassals Shicha no Ufuyaku and Yamaguchi no Nishinji were ordered to behead Tamatsi. Obeying their lord's command, they take the girl to the seashore.
今では考えられないんですけれども、若い2人が、恋をしてっていうのは当たり前のような話で、あの時代は当たり前でない、結婚相手っていうのは家長が決めるもの、っていう時代なんですよね。
Ready to die, Tamatsi confesses her love for Yamato. The moment of the beheading has come. However, the vassals who have raised Tamatsi as if she was their daughter find themselves unwilling to harm her.
Makoto moi sodati shicharu waga umi wa chukatana ni chioro chimono shinobara 한디 오호야코 치바티 타보리 이요 위시고토야 리보 치바리 치바리
Nishinchi gathers his courage. Just as he's about to give the killing blow, the story reaches its climax.
組踊りはですね、感情が高ぶれば高ぶるほど立ち方は止まるんですね。そこで表現してもらうのは自由定、地方の歌なんですね。
歌三振、特に歌声が強い思いをわーっと表現してくれますので、私たちはもうそれをね、いかに抑制するかが鍵となっております。
Voicing the actor's welled-up emotions through song is Nishie Kishin. He was named a living national treasure for his outstanding singing and sanshin.
現代劇といわゆる組踊りの違いは、今はどういう場面に来てどういう心境であるという立ち方のその心情を、歌い手が表現していますので、そこでもって演技をするということになっているんですね。
The verse sung at the moment when the emotions are at their peak is called Aki.
アーキーというのは簡単しですかな、あーという意味になるんですけどね。これがもう立ち方の心情を表さなきゃいけない。でこれによって今日の組踊りはできてるな、今日の歌は良かったというような評価を得るわけですね。そういうのがもう最大の魅力じゃないですかね。
With surging emotions rendered in song, and the actors' performances taken to the limit of subtlety, the climax of Temizu no En unfolds. Yamato begs them to spare Tamatsu's life.
まだ町が命は見に来てたぼりやや苦手じよならんことよまたやらばわみんもろともに殺ちたぼり
The vassals are touched by the love that unites the two.
まだ町が命渡すファジでものいそじフィチツリティかくりやいもの
あとと
At last, Yamato and Tamatsu are together. Many Kumiodori tales have a happy ending.
誰でもできる組踊りでも誰でもできない組踊りっていうのがあるんですね。一見やっぱり動きが少ないので誰でもできそうなんですけど、それを突き詰めていくとやはり深い。それをやはり自分がやる中でもっと突き詰めたいし精進しないといけない、そういう思いを持ちながらこの組踊り接しております。
今の時代の沖縄とかけ離れているものがこの組踊りの中にたくさんあるんですね。作品の中にはその昔の沖縄がまだ生きている、そんな、昔の沖縄の風といいますか、そういったものを感じさせることができる芸能だと思っていますので、いつまでも、この作品の中に残っていてほしいなと思っています。